Okay, here we are again, and sorry about the interruption there. We had a little phone call. So we're going to get back to shading, and this is very important that you pay attention to these details here because we don't want to ruin the effect of our perspective by poor shading skills. So we were back over here, uh, and we're outlining these lines in with the color that we're using, or if you wanted to use something different, that's okay. Um, Now, again, you still have to use the same concept of the light source going down the center of the road, so it's going to be lighter with the buildings that are facing to the center of the street. So on this side here, we're going to shade it lightly. And you want to leave a little white space. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave an area of white that I won't shade in, and that would just kind of look like a glare on a window. So I'll shade this in, and we'll just leave that white area. Okay, this is the lighter version. Okay, and you can go all the way down to the bottom of that. The same thing on the center here. You want to leave some little glares to show a reflection of light. Now, if you outline it, you don't want to see the outline. You want the coloring to be dark enough to only see that's just to see the reflection. So I'm going around here and I'm coloring this in. Now, actually, this is so dark that I probably won't want to go back with a black colored pencil and darken in those lines, or a different color, whatever you'd like to do. So I'm going to color these in, outline this again, a little different. Actually, I did not grab a black, I grabbed a green, which is fine as long as it's darker. So then I'm going to go back in, and again, you want to use your ruler to, sorry about that, color in. Now you might have to go over those lines again, but I think just keeping it that way will be fine. And again, leave some light areas for reflection. You can do a whole bunch of reflections or a little bit of reflections. It's up to you. Okay. Okay, so you get the idea. So all of these in the middle will be whatever you want. You could also do, if you really wanted to push your limits in perspective, you could go and make these lines here that go towards the vanishing point and create some bricks. If that's something that you want to try, you can. I'm going to zoom in on this for a little bit and show you what you need to do. Okay, now you have to make these vertical. You make them at an angle and they're not going to look like bricks. Notice I go every other one, and then I move over and I move up the opposite horizontal section and put in the lines there. And then here. Okay. Here. Okay. And once you get that in, just color it lightly. And you have some bricks. Okay. When you get to the road, get some yellow, and again, use your ruler to color in. This is a nice bright yellow. You get yellow. There's a little lime in this. And once you get that colored in, you can put a dark color up against it. If you have a gray, you could do a gray for the street. All right, or whatever color you'd like to do. If I could just find my pencil here. So we'll just assume that this is a black. It's just actually my pencil. You could do it in pencil if you wanted to. And once you go around it, really brings out the road. If you really wanted to make it dark, you could go and take a black marker to it. I wouldn't use marker anywhere else, but this area you could if you wanted to. Okay, so as you can see, this is creating contrast, which makes things stand out. Contrast helps things look three-dimensional also. So there's another area that I just realized you didn't see most of it, but that's what it looks like. Here is the sidewalk, and again you could shade this in here and then make it slightly darker here. Okay, so it makes the ledge come over like that. All right, and then we're going to move over to, I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to zoom in again on this, and I'm going to show you how to make a window with some curtains in. So here's a simple way of doing curtains. I'm just going to make this shape here, this shape here, and then this is the bottom curtain. I'm going to create some lines here, here, and here. Do the same thing on this side of the window, and I'll bring these lines up, these lines horizontally, and these down. Okay, if you wanted to shade those in, what you could do is outline the color that you prefer. Line like that, everything. You could do that little wrap area a different color if you wanted to, and then just go over this lightly, just like that. And you don't have to do shades. It's up to you what you want to do with your city. You can put anything you want in it. I could do two things with this background. I could color it in yellow to make it look like there's a light on, or you could color it in black and make it look like the lights are off. With that being said, you know, you add your own things on. Avoid doing people or cars, because it's just going to be too difficult to do in perspective, and it will ruin the rhythm of this whole picture. Make sure you're pushing down hard with your colored pencils where you want the colors to be bright. Make sure you're doing the shading here, so all of the buildings will have that light source and create that nice illusion of depth on this paper. So take your time with this, and and you use a colored pencil, and it should turn out great. Good luck, and I can't wait to see what you get from these. So.